G'day folks, Peter Jung for Fishing Monthly Magazines. I'm with Mark Frost from Boats and More in Shepparton and Echuca. And Mark, I have to admit, I'm out of my depth.
How do you depth? Out of the sea do?
We're sitting on something that I'm very unfamiliar with. So tell me what we're sitting on.
Sitting on a Sea-Doo Fish Pro. So it's new to the market in 2019. It was something that Sea-Doo thought was a good idea to get into, and they've really come out and brought out something pretty impressive.
Now, I must admit, we've been talking about this off camera and going through the features of it, and as much as this is most probably not my ideal thing that I would go fishing on, a lot of thought has gone into the features of it to make it fisher friendly. So Mark, let's start from the front and we'll work our way to the back. Take us through some of the features that they've added to this.
So some of the features that they've added onto it is your Garmin sounder, the Eco Map 6. They've then looked at the storage component of it. So on the new ST3 hull, they've really opened up the storage and given a lot more room to be able to store things. They've also looked at the stability of the new ST3 hull, and they're a lot more stable than the old Sea-Doos ever were. So really good if you want to be able to fish on it. You really can have a good balance and not tip over and fall in the water.
And I think the beauty of the storage is it's big and small items, isn't it? It's not just a big hole. There's thought process gone into the fact that there's room for smaller items, the things that you need all the time, and then the larger items to keep them out of the way.
Yeah, so in the storage compartment there's also nets and so forth that you can put in there, where you can put your phones and wallets and so forth, but then there's also that extra compartment where you can put your phone, and it's a waterproof compartment in there as well.
Yep. So something that is familiar to me from this type of craft is the stereo system. What's on this?
Yeah, so it's a Bluetooth stereo, so your phone will just sync up to it Bluetooth, and even if you want to go quick on the Sea-Doo, you can still hear a very decent sound stereo if you are into that.
As can everybody else.
Yeah, as everyone else can as well, yeah.
So we're sitting in this area, and there is a technical change to the seating arrangements as well?
Yeah, so with the seating, it's a more square seat on this one, just purely for the fishing side of it. So it's a comfort for fishing. So if you're sitting up on the seat, you can also sit sideways, and you have a look at the footwells here, the gunnels on the side, better protection on there. So it is set up really for fishing.
All right, and I guess when we go to the back, they've actually added a piece to that back, so the vessel itself is no bigger, but they've attached something to the back of it, which you wouldn't really know looking at it.
Yeah, looking at it you wouldn't know, but there is that little bit of extra length in the back end compared to other Sea-Doos that are out there, and that's to allow for extra storage on there. So as you can see at the back, you've got the esky with the rod holders on the back, but then there's also another 2 link attachments where you can add on extra fuel containers or other storage, or another esky on there as well.
So give me a rough idea, if I wanted to drive this away today, how much is it going to cost me?
Yeah, so on a trailer, registered, ready to go, you'd be looking at around the 21 grand mark.
So that's quite reasonable, and I guess the pleasure craft component of it is definitely still there, but maybe not quite the horsepower.
Yeah, so with this, they've put a Rotax, obviously all the Sea-Doo have the Rotax engines in them. This one's got a 155 horsepower engine compared to some of the bigger ones, which are your 300s. They do vary in their size of the engine, but they've really set this up for the fuel side of it. So if you go out fishing, you're not going to go and chew through your juice like you might in a 300, so you're going to get the best the fuel economy out of it.
So a few extra hours fishing.
That's exactly right.
And that's what we all want. So if people want to know more about this and they want to contact you at Boats and More, what's the best way to do that?
Can either look us up on our website at www.boatsandmore.com.au or drop into our Echuca or Shepparton stores. Shepparton phone number 5822 108 or Echuca 5482 1992.
So there you go, the Sea-Doo Fish Pro, something a little bit different for us. All that's left for us to do now is to get this thing out on the water and to show you what it's all about.